Hi guys, 732 Review Crew back. I am Mikey.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Mike.
This is Battlestar Galactica Season 4, Episode 9. And as we approach the apparent midway season finale, which I've never heard of before, but it's apparently a thing, I'm very excited for what's going on. Now, do you guys remember what happened last episode on Battlestar Galactica?
Well, first of all, I've definitely heard of the mid-season finale before.
I haven't.
Secondly, no, I don't remember what happened last episode or at any point in any of our reactions.
Yeah, all I remember thinking at the end of the last episode was, where? I don't know what's going to happen.
There's a lot that happened.
I understand what's going on. I just don't know how it's all going to play out.
So for references, Adama is currently no longer the admiral, and he's on his own in a ship waiting for Rosalind, who is on the Battlestar with the Cylons. When they plugged the hybrid back in, the hybrid woke up and they jumped.
Not Battlestar.
Battle. You're right. The base star.
Yeah,
Base star.
Thank you. Sharon, known as Athena, killed the six that was in charge of the Cylons.
Yeah, because of the vision.
And right now, we know that something happened because one of the, I believe, Raptors jumped back, and it was damaged when they jumped back from the inside with two people dead on the inside. So we know there was a fight. We don't know what specifically happened, but we can assume that either the Cylons betrayed the humans or they actually took the fight to the resurrection hub, because when they arrived, they had only one thing left to do. Once the Cylons started to attack the rebels, which is just launch the Raptors and get into combat, you know?
Yeah, because they
Vipers
could have jumped right on top of the resurrection.
I'm very excited to find out what's happening, because this episode's titled The Hub.
Dude, I just can't wait until we're done with this show so I can Google all the questions I have and not get spoiled.
I'm very excited to find out what's happening, though. Let's see what's going on. We're going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, and thank you for joining us for Battlestar Galactica.
Projecting the Battlestar.
Elijah.
For profit.
Why don't I talk to the hybrid? Find out why. She can just do that. She can just
Jump! Oh, they just jumped again?
Will you walk with me?
What the fuck?
Is this a space?
Is Rosalind a fucking Cylon? What is going on, dude? Is it the
It's her.
woman again?
It's her.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
She's going to look at herself dying.
Why are you jumping the ship?
The six who went among the makers is no longer
Oh, it knows.
end of line.
She's either been hurt or killed back on Galactica.
The wing beats of the drown out the heartbeats.
That's
of
why
those
the
who follow.
hybrid's panicking.
The wing
Hey.
beats of the dove drown out the
Hey,
heartbeats
stop
of
jumping the
those who
ship,
follow.
all right?
He's such a fucking ass.
I just opened myself up to it on a spiritual level.
Don't you just hate these people?
Oh.
Oh, but you don't love them either. The people in this room are the closest thing you've got to family and you. You've been their president. You didn't rob them of their empathy.
What's going on with Alosha?
I think we're going towards the resurrection hub. I think the mission is still on.
Okay, so they're going to kill it.
They're gonna read our heat signatures the second we fire up the first Viper.
Yeah, if we could only mask that.
Going cold. No
Everything
electronics
off?
at all.
Towed by Cylon birds, they'll never see it coming.
Take out the hub's jump drive, then settle in for the long fight.
Huh. Does Hilo look better with her because it's a Sharon?
And thank God they didn't kill
Hey,
Hilo
let me
off.
help you.
Athena, my wife, she learned to do that. She never did that when I met her.
I got curious about Athena. About her and Hera and you. So I accessed her.
Oh, they could do that? I forgot.
I know this must feel like a violation of trust or something, but I don't want it to be strange. Okay?
It's
That's
so
so
weird,
weird.
dude.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
So she generally has feelings for
Yeah,
him
she's, I mean, hypothetically, she's in love with Hilo.
because she's basically Athena.
Yeah.
If and when Deanna comes back from the dead, bring her to me.
Let me
I
realize
think
she's the
Cylons think that
Cylon.
she'll be interrogated by both groups together.
I'm sure they do. Bring her to me.
He wants to know who the 5 are first.
She knows the identities of the 5 Cylons in our fleet. It is a matter now of human security, and I will not let the Cylons have audience to
She's
that
still really
discussion.
bigoted towards those Cylons for good reasons. Valid reasons. How many base stars was that, 4?
Welcome home, Deanna.
Oh,
They
Oh,
unboxed her.
fuck.
Now your supporters are working with humans against all the rest of us. All in your name.
Uma's an 8. Shouldn't she be on the other side?
he's a traitor.
A Boomer's my pet 8. She's seen the light of reason.
Pet?
Yeah, that was weird.
8 can make a passionate ally.
The Cylon pilots are in charge of their
Oh
birds.
no, they're tiny pilots inside of them.
We do our jobs. Training is just as good as yours.
Yeah? 20 some of you I've taken out weren't that good.
Oh, there's so much animosity.
We cut the cable, right?
Cylon pilots cut the cable. Then you sling out of their birds and you turn your power on. You're going to be gunning directly.
They don't trust the
at Hub's
Cylons for obvious
FTL.
reasons.
Hey! Hey! Pilots, you've flown with Cylons. You've flown with Athena. You put your life in her hands and she hasn't betrayed you.
Ooh.
I am the same as her. Now, all of these Cylons here, all of these people,
Just copy
they're
and paste a
pilots
bunch
like
of them
you,
in the
and they're gonna
background.
be out in the soup with you, taking out other Cylons, just like Athena does every time she's asked to. Just like yours. So you might want to think about how you're gonna work together. Because we're all dead if you don't.
Good speech.
Yeah, really good speech, honestly. She had that monologue just now they needed.
I was chasing after a little girl. I came to a door. I
Like they're talking to a computer.
Dr. Baltar and the 6
It's just
take the
yeah,
child.
they're just yelling at the clouds.
She's not listening.
1,000 times before.
Oh, I'm just doing the same thing you're doing.
No, you're not actually. No, you're not. Because if you watch what I'm doing is I'm actually focusing on her, all right?
Is it?
I'd love to see you do any better.
All right, I'll do it. Open the door.
3. The 3 is online. The 3 is online.
The 3
Diana?
is online. The 3 is online.
I'm
Body.
booting
Deanna's
up,
back in a body.
Booting up. Jump!
Why are they
This is
unplugged
a
her?
wild episode.
Are you saying that humanity died because I died? If you're my subconscious, I've got to say you're a little full of myself.
And I had done it no service.
Hope that's not a glimpse of the future.
A little ball that rotates in the chest.
Power
This
source?
is like a gyroscope.
I never noticed that. That's cool.
I can see a real hierarchy around here. And I have to tell you, you're on the lower end of the scale.
Oh, they gave them intelligence, didn't they?
They told you about God, didn't they?
Now he's preaching to the fucking Centurions.
It's just once you have what she knows, I can't help feeling like you could try to keep Earth for humans only, and Madam President, that doesn't seem
What?
honest. So you're not denying you'd keep the weight of Earth yourself if you could.
I'm not saying that's true. I will say that if the Cylons had the option, that's exactly what they would do.
You gotta be better than them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I'm with Hilo on this.
Not the Sharons.
Captain, you are not married to the entire production line.
That's a great line.
If you can't do this job, find me someone who can.
No one else can. Stop.
What is that?
Is Baltar leading a civil war inside of the Civil War?
I wrote that in here. He's gonna get through to the Centurions about individualism and how they self-important.
They're all going to be different colors.
Yeah.
The base ship unscheduled.
You've got to
Oh, they warped into here.
25 heavy raiders just launched from the new arrival. Heading our way.
Oh, here goes the tactic.
That's so smart because the thrusters cover up their heat signature as they boot up.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
I think they're gonna attack. They're gonna blow the hub.
That would be mass murder.
Yes, it is.
Permanent death.
Well, that makes this all the more meaningful.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh! Huge. That was savage. Is she just okay?
Oh God, she's a murderer! Run!
Okay, so it's fish and water.
Huge. Well, there's still like 2 base ships they have to fight.
Yeah, but they have a whole wing of Vipers with them that have spent so much time fighting.
You seen Vipers take down a base star?
He's your god as well.
Oh my God, Baltar.
God doesn't want any of his creations to be.
Yes! Preach! Get through!
My attitude control is down, and I can't even program.
Is that 6 gonna save his ass?
Probably.
Hardball.
No,
Man,
this is-
don't jump. You'll never make it to Galactica.
This is the guy that dies.
You know how many jumps that is?
Oh fuck!
Oh, there it is.
Got you. So that's the ship they found.
Yeah.
Wow, such good writing.
There was this dog, see, and the master had placed a bit of food on the edge of its snout. And the dog had to wait until he was told to eat.
I love the little cutaways to this.
The graphics have come so far too, the special effects.
Absolutely.
Why are the missiles wavy?
Yeah, that was sick.
Who's... Oh,
They got hit. Isn't how he dies?
Baltar's not dying, dude.
You're right, he's making it to the end. He's the new god.
Oh no, his newest acolyte is dead.
How inconvenient. What's he looking at?
Is he dead?
Find out what's going on.
Yes, sir.
She's in charge of him.
I think you're gonna live, as usual.
Very pretty. You need God, Laura. Really, you'd be a different woman. I know God. Therefore, I know myself. I was harboring the most awful, desperate guilt.
She has the same guilt.
No, she's...
Now it's gone.
What was your guilt about?
Yep.
I gave the access codes to the silent. They wiped out most of humanity.
Man.
I'm surprised she doesn't just fucking.
Yeah.
I think I was rewarded. Pythia talks about a flood. Wiped out most of humanity. Nobody blames the flood. Through the flood, mankind is rejuvenated. I was not a flood, you see.
Wow.
But God made the man that made that choice. God made us all perfect.
You think she's gonna kill him now? Wow.
I think that's why she's quavering.
Is this how he dies? She's opening his wound.
What's she doing?
It's fine. You're fine.
Wow. Wow.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, please.
Yikes. That was crazy.
I mean, he literally just told her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaboom! Boom.
Wow.
That was a nice explosion.
That was a real nice explosion. We've come a long way.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and it hit the base stars.
Yeah, what? There's like super.
Look at the shrapnel.
That's what I'm saying.
That's awesome.
Exploding, maybe.
Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me, please.
If humanity is going to prove itself worthy of surviving, it can't do it on a case-by-case basis. Bad man feels his death just as keenly as a good man.
Wow.
Just love someone.
Love.
You got your rest down. I'm not gonna be selfish anymore.
Holy fuck.
Symbolically marrying her in death. Please don't say
Put the
balls.
bandage back
No.
on. She has to. Prove yourself to be a good person when you give mercy to those who deserve it least. Like Baltar.
Yeah, but now at this point he's gonna be like, "You tried to kill me."
Ooh, what a turnaround.
All right, we've got to get Deanna to the control room.
No, that's not the plan.
What's planned?
Interesting.
I have to take her directly to the president. No one else.
That wasn't the deal.
I'm just doing what she told me to do, okay?
Double dealing. It's very human. You never got that, Abe.
I'd like to talk about the 5 Cylons in my fleet.
But you don't know that you're one of them.
Yeah, I was like,
Fuck you, Dana. You fucking.
No, look, I'm not giving you any names. Not until I feel like I'm safe. Because information is all I got, sweetie.
That's what I didn't understand. I was like, why does she think Deanna's just going to tell her what she wants to know?
Oh, by the way, Laura, I would have said the same thing if you had met me with a whole lot of Cylons. Because I don't trust anyone right now.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
It's all this deception. Complete
Yeah.
waste.
Wow.
Maybe there's something there for me. Maybe even closer.
What the fuck did that mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? What did that mean? Something even closer.
Right.
It's right. It's Adama. Adama's closer than Galactica. Yeah.
He was right. He was right.
Oh, I love that for him.
But how did the hybrid know that? Like what?
Are the hybrids in touch with the universe? What do you mean?
It's crazy. But that's like your feelings and emotions.
Yes. This is a moment.
Love you.
Oh, they said it. No. Better say you fuck.
About time.
Yes. What an ending. Oh, Supreme.
And mom and dad were happy.
Mom and dad fan club is
after.
Mom and dad fan club on the rise right now.
I love that Deanna fucked with Rosalind. It was like, hey, you don't know you're the 5th one. And we're like, ah.
Well, that's like the fourth.
And then the music didn't switch. And I was like,
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. Mikey was like, oh my God. And you like eked maybe a little bit. And I just waited. And then she's like, nah, I'm fucking with you. Bitch.
I love how they had that humor still this late into the show because like we've been through so many, teasers and that episode was so hectic that in order to, just relieve some of the tension, they literally had been like, ha, fucking with you. But if you thought Rosalind was the president, a Cylon, nope. I think that's just like a giant X on her right there.
So Cylons are human now.
Yeah,
dude, I think I might just throw like a super far dart on this one.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself. It's too far flung.
My super Thor theory was the same one Joe was saying. So Baltar is getting through to the Centaurians because these Centaurians specifically are the ones that have been given autonomy by the Cylons. Remember back when the Raiders were lost their autonomy?
Yeah.
These ones were given autonomy by the Cylons that were the rebels, which is how they didn't listen to Cavill when he gave them an order and they killed him. So Baltar was kind of getting through to them, speaking about being a master and a slave, because these Cylons know that they are stronger and more durable than the skin jobs, and that if they don't have, they have the same probably level of intelligence too at a certain point because they're all, they were plugged into the hybrid, so they have the hybrid level of intelligence, I would assume. So they just have to get this, united union going on, and then all of a sudden we're back to the beginning where the Cylons, the robot versions of the Cylons, the metal ones, are fighting the skin jobs and the humans, I think, because Baltar is going to accidentally unite them, and then they're going to realize they're stronger than everybody, and they're going to be like, why don't we be the real rulers?
So to clarify, I was with you on that theory until I felt like the show was just having fun with that scene.
It was, but I feel
at the moment the bomb exploded and it blew up, I was like, well, I was like, there goes his new acolyte. Like he was talking to one. I mean, if they all if the message got to all of them, maybe. Sure, but like I don't know. I kind of wish he had died.
I know you wish he had died, but I mean,
I don't wish he had died because it would have been very like anticlimactic and it would have been good.
Making it to Earth.
Well, if
I know he's like, pray with me as they bleed out at the table.
Well, I would say if he died in that scene, it would have given us the look at like what Rosalind truly was, and that would have been. I feel like that would have been a crazy good death for Baltar because he's making his redemption pushes, and then we see Rosalind after he finally admits to what's going on. She finally, has gone back on all her forgiveness of people and stuff like that, and because he is the ultimate reason why the Cylons.
Oh yeah. No, he literally it gives her the number one reason for her to not save his life. But the universe or whatever powers that exist are specifically keeps helping guys Baltar. Like it's a recurring thing at this point.
God loves him.
It's a recurring thing, whether it's Alosha or Six or some other premonition or vision, whatever. So I feel like Baltar's death will be more meaningful and hopefully more.
I don't think he's dying.
Hopefully more
not dying.
brutal.
Yeah.
So
he's a rat. He literally won't die.
I love that, and I love how he had that whole moment with Rosalind, and Alosha was kind of like, "Don't you need love to survive? You can't survive being this ball of hate." And then she's like, "Well, I don't need to." But then she somehow realizes through her head premonitions that Adama loves her, and that's why he says about time when she says "I love you" to him is because I think she's known all along. She's just
it's very Han Solo. Right?
That was very Han Solo.
It's very Han Solo.
I love you. I know.
Exactly.
Well, I also felt like it was partially like the premonition was trying to tell Rosalind the damage is already done.
Yeah.
Like there was no benefit of letting him die at that point. Like it can't be undone.
It would have been like personal and as opposed to like the greater good.
Which is what we've had a discussion of this in the past when she outlaws abortion. Even though she's pro-choice, she outlaws abortion because when you're down to 40,000 people, you can't really afford to lose the babies at 40,000 people because you need to keep repopulating. And Baltar made up that whole like number scheme that this was like going to go downhill and
mankind will be extinct.
So like we're at the point where and Ali Adama even said it during the trial. We forgave him and we keep forgiving people. Why? Because we're all that's left. And if we don't work together, we push forward. Why are we, we're not going to make it as a species? And it's, I love how that keeps coming back as a theme, especially all of this has happened before and all this happened again is a theme where, somebody finds out somebody did something bad and, well, there's only 30,000 people left. So we kind of have to forgive them because at least it wasn't, their direct action. He never really did mean that.
Also, like, I know you hate Baltar and like justifiably because he's like a jerk.
Yeah.
But what how can you expect anything else? This man started prior to the like apocalypse being like Tony Stark, basically, is implied, where he's just like this celebrity, big name, huge, like rich scientist, blah, blah, blah.
Dick slanging.
And then he keeps surviving through the most insane circumstances possible. Of course, he's a megalomaniac.
Literally from episode 1.
This man
has sex cults.
Dude, he can't, like... No, unless you're actually a very centered, humble person, like at your core, you're gonna end up like Guy
You're
Baltar.
actually right, because that was so perfectly portrayed in the first scene where he's like, no, I will speak to the hybrid. Hybrid, listen to me. It was like fucking Donald Trump in it. Like, no, you listen to me, okay? You do what I tell you to do.
He just keeps
I was
getting
like,
through
what
it.
a pop his asshole.
He just
but it
confessed.
was so good to his character.
He just confessed to his biggest enemy in this entire show and the situation, and she turned back and saved his life again. What? Like, this man cannot be humble. This man his ego is bigger than Battlestar Galactica. He just keeps getting.
That's why I actually hope that everything works out great in the end, and that like he ends up like doing everything right, and then at World War Z's and he trips and falls and kills himself.
Oh,
that'd be so terrible.
So I want to bring up something interesting we've learned. So we knew that the Cylons have like a shared memory system based on their death and lives. I didn't know that it was almost like a memory base that any of the Cylon models can go to and take the memories, which is not only
That's
important.
what I kind of assumed.
It's not only important though because of, for example, the fact that the Six has the same memories as Athena from her first death, Athena's first death, but more importantly, she has the skills probably too to fly a Viper as a result because of the memories. So it almost works like the Matrix somewhat. It seems like where if you upload that bit of information about somebody's life, you probably get their skills and their abilities.
It's like it's almost like they downloaded Boomer and copied it out.
Exactly, which is crazy. And it's cool to see some more just overall description of that. And maybe there's some sort of central database where something big happens. Every single model gets the update in terms of information, because it seems like,
I kind of got the vibe that it was just like kind of a central server, and then everyone was their own personal hard drive, and there was just kind of like a LimeWire system to pick up stuff.
But it's still crazy because it does mean, hypothetically speaking, that Athena is not actually Athena. Like, just saying, hypothetically.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, it now means that Caprica 6 might not be like any of the Cylons up until this episode may not be the original Cylon we thought they were.
Yeah, sure. But like,
I'm just saying, I doubt they're gonna do that.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just saying, like, there is that possibility.
You could spot that the 6 in the cell this whole time.
So bringing up Cylon still, Deanna has been officially unboxed, and she has the biggest power move of all, which we talked about slightly. When Roslin brings her to her, which causes when Roslin has her brought to her by Hilo, which causes a lot of drama because the Sixes are like, we should never have trusted you in the first place. The eights, yeah, I'm right. Deanna's like, I would tell neither group the final 5 until I'm guaranteed safety, because like I've been boxed. Why would I do that? And we can't respawn anymore. So like, what's the point of me telling you information if I'm not guaranteed safety? And I wouldn't even tell my Cylon brethren that, because sisters, that, because like, what's the point if I'm not guaranteed safety? She doesn't trust any
of them. They all voted to box her.
Well, not all of them.
A majority rule.
Yeah, but it was the ones that are with her voted on her side to keep her out of the box.
Yeah, that was weird that Cavill woke her up and was like, hey, your supporters, can you chill them out? And she was like, no.
He's operating under the influence that Cylons are meant to work together still, and Cylons do not really have Cylon on Cylon violence, which is why it's so a shock that as soon as we get to that scene, the Boomer is like, wow, there's a base star just warped in. What's going on? That's not scheduled. And then they're still talking, and that's the kind of hint that, the group's arrived. And then they're like, we're launching 30 raiders. And before they can even respond, the hub is wiped out, and Deanna uses that as her moment. That was a genius, obviously, genius way to do it too, is to get rid of Father Cavill by the writers and whatnot, is as soon as the resurrection hub is knocked out, just have Deanna kill him to prove that she doesn't trust anybody. And she scares off Boomer. So Boomer obviously escapes is going to be something probably in the future, I think. Boomer's going to come back.
Or Boomer got blown up on the resurrection hub.
I think she's too big of a character to do that. She's like Athena. She has her own, she's her own supporting secondary character, not a main character, but one of the ones that we know by name because of how big her impact of actions are. And I feel like somebody's going to want revenge or something on her because, like, one of the humans, due to the fact that she shot Adama.
I don't like that Pet 8 comment.
No,
that Brother Cavill made.
Yeah. That's how he is as a person.
I know.
That's why I was glad he died.
Yes.
I love Sharon's mini speech though, because there was a whole scene where the humans are like, "Why are we fighting with the Cylons? Like, we don't trust them."
That was good.
And she's like, "Do you trust Athena every time you fly? A Boomer? I'm her. We're all the same. We fight our brothers and sisters. We're doing this for you. Shut the fuck up and let's get out there." And it was really effective because it's like, they were kind of like, yeah, you know what? Sure. And we see that little bit of like, still distrust between them when they're in the cockpits.
Because they're only in the situation they're in because of the people they're now fighting with. That's why it's fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a great speech and it makes sense, but it's really hard. You know what I mean? Like, a good speech is only going to do so much in the face of a massive genocide. So.
One final question I have, which is not even just for discussion, just a question. Why can't the Cylons build another hub?
Why would they need to? They had one.
Dude, it was their fucking Death Star. What do you mean? Like, does this guy...
Too many resources?
Does he know anything about sci-fi?
Yeah.
Why can't they just build another hub? Because it seems like the hub is so important to them that, they lose all access to respawn. I feel like they should have the ability to make another one.
Yeah, well, what I'm not understanding also is, like, why is that... So the planet they were from doesn't have a resurrection?
Earth? Yeah, no, that one I'm wondering about too.
Yeah, like, they have a planet...
I feel like,
but there's like a distance thing that they have to worry about.
Like they built the ship somewhere
in space, maybe.
So like I'm thinking maybe like on the planet.
I don't know. Maybe
on the planet they resurrect. But remember, like there's been times the resurrection hub like ships haven't been like in the right distance to resurrect. So maybe it's like the planet one works for like the planet and surrounding area. But
so that's closed circuit. And then the resurrection ships
like
were
Wi-Fi.
routers, and they just blew up the moat.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they got Ethernet at home.
I like that.
They don't have hotspot.
Yeah.
There's no more hotspot.
They're stuck in the middle of the woods with no data.
Final thing I want to bring up.
But it seemed a lot more final than that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I feel like there's not another one.
Maybe it's like Cybertron, where like there is no home planet.
Well, I don't know. It's just
I've never seen Transformers.
The Cylons have
there was a whole planet.
The Cylons, including Athena, have only ever given useful information when it's relevant. Like they're not like they're still not giving any more information.
We haven't even seen the Cylon. We don't know the name.
We don't even know if there is a planet.
Earth.
We just know they had their space area.
I thought they did get a planet.
Earth.
I feel like that was brought up like when like the opening. I don't know. It's been a while.
Final thing I'm going to bring up is I love Baltar's little.
You could just stop there. I love Baltar too.
His morphine-fueled speech about Pythia and the flood, where he said there was a flood that
I am the flood.
I am the flood. And I mean,
like I said, how could like you can't fault the man for having an ego that big because like he keeps winning.
I ended mankind.
If you're biblical or if you're religious in this universe and no one really believe the scriptures, you hear that the main thought from a man who says I am the flood, you could be like, well, humanity got so large and greedy and so full of sin that the gods decided it was time to start again, which is always a biblical religious event that happens.
But Starbuck's supposed to be the harbinger of death.
Well, yeah. Well, she
I'm wondering where that's gonna die.
And the president's supposed to be the priestess of the goddess.
Let's find out.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Baldur gets all the hats.
There's the only way for us to find out. And that's for us to keep watching. So thank you for joining us with a 732 review crew. I'm Mikey.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mike.
Did you enjoy our Battlestar Galactica? Check out our Patreon. It features full for this and other series, as well as voting on movies and TV shows. As we get closer and closer to replacing this, we'll want your opinions. So we'll see you next time, though. Bye.
Toodaloo.